Disclaimer. Anything we say can and will be used for entertainment purposes only. You have the right to remain silent, but that would be no fun. We're not medical professionals or scientists, and most times I'm not even that smart. We're just here to share our opinion and exercise our rights under the First Amendment of freedom of speech. We're just here to talk about things that are real or not for real. That being said, let's get into some higher minds.
Here's an interview I made with Everjosh channel. I was interviewed this Saturday, the 7th, 2025. I hope you enjoy this video. Thank you for watching.
The coming of the lawless one is according to the working of Satan, with all power, signs, and lying wonders, and with all unrighteous deception among those who perish, because they did not receive the love of the truth, that they might be saved.
Have you heard the truth will set you free? Questions. How did the Bible change to the wolf? Who is changing the Bible? And why the Bible keeps changing? I will try to answer everything in this interview. Thank you. Because I'm looking for people from my earth. That's why I came up with the ME Sagittarius Armed Society. I think this was 2015 when I thought about this idea.
But that's what makes the most sense. We got to hold the Sagittarius Orion thing as a main staple because they're two definites, and that's huge. Same with the Earth, two definites. Okay, just like the sun, yellow, white, old Earth, new Earth, Sagittarius, Orion. We change, ladies and gentlemen, but that's what makes the most sense. Wake up.
I have to go back to what Moneybag said a few streams ago. He said, I don't think the Bible's changing. And I said, wow, I didn't know that you don't think the Bible's changing. And then he wrote a comment later saying, no, you don't get it. We are changing.
Please again understand very clearly, you never actually change the world you're on. Ever. You change yourself and then you shift to a parallel Earth reality, but the world you used to exist on still exists somewhere else, still populated by versions of yourself. You are constantly shifting from parallel reality to parallel reality.
I'll bet that one mismatched hubcap, the way that we remember it, had been replaced at some point, and I would even go so far as to suggest that it probably was not made by Volkswagen.
That's what I was going to say, right? Right.
I'll bet it says made in China on the inside stamp somewhere.
Earth, solar system, Sagittarius arm,
Ooh,
Milky Way galaxy, Sagittarius arm.
Oh, no way. Lindbergh kidnapping is now being solved in this reality? Come on, man. How does that happen? How does reality change? If it's psychosis, we're seeing things that aren't there, then it's actually there. There's one guy that he did a hit piece video. I interacted. He called in a couple times, but he swears we have shifted to a different Earth. So I'm like, well, how many times am I shifting to a different Earth? Because these changes are ongoing. It does fit the experience. Like if you show up and all of a sudden there's a whole department store on the corner where you've been 20 years, there was a gas station there. If you imagine that you're going from this world, this Earth, to another Earth in a parallel universe, which as Bible believers, we don't really like that idea very much. It makes sense then, because now you're in this new Earth and there was always an IKEA in that Earth. Whereas if it's the same Earth, but your Earth is changing, that makes it a lot harder to accept, because now you've got, your environment is just completely malleable. You're just in a video game. And then all of history has changed to match the new thing.
Where are you going to go? Where are you going to run? Where are you going to hide? Nowhere.
The wolf also shall dwell with the lamb.
Satan knows that the preachers in the churches will be deceived, and they will start teaching the new Bible to their congregation.
The wolf also shall dwell with the lamb.
Where are you going to go?
We will ascend the throne room. That's what the Tower of Babel was. It was a massive portal. They were trying to get into the throne room of heaven because that's Satan's
will and determinism go hand in hand. The multiverse theory is a lie from Satan. There is one timeline, one creation, which is being manipulated. So most of these people seem to have been placated, like they smoked some spiritual weed. And so it seems as if all these Mandela effect changes are like the butterfly effect, which God is allowing to allow the fallen angels to affect people's choices in the timeline, like the Ford logo, having a pigtail.
There are many hybrid agendas. I mean, there are darker kind of agendas. And the purpose of them are the destruction and fragmentation of the soul. When a soul is fractalized, it becomes entangled in a space, in a dimension, exchange of consciousness in order to fractalize and utilize soul core life force. You become a programmable organism until the organism somehow wakes up consciousness within the 13-dimensional layers.
PM, is this another Mandela effect? And I'm in St. Matthew chapter 7. And I got over to verse 12. Therefore, all things whatsoever ye would that men should do to you, do ye even so to them. What? I always thought it was do unto others as you would have them do to you, or do unto you, or unto you. Yep, that's what I remember.
This might be one of the biggest mic drop responses of any debate. Watch this.
Please think of a wicked action done by someone purely because they are a person of faith. Think of an evil thing said or an evil thing done that is only done because the person is religious. You've already thought of one.
I agree very much with Christopher Hitchens of many of the evils that he claims have been done in the name of God. But I've learned to distinguish between the greatness of God and the inexcusable evil that has been done by those professing his name. And so I do not deduce that God is not great and that religion poisons everything.
Go ahead and stop.
There shall arise false.
Is that where you want to stop?
No, go ahead. Play this one and wait till the sun comes out again.
Christs and false prophets, and shall show great signs and wonders, insomuch that if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect.
For I testify unto every man that heareth the words of the prophecy of this book, if any man shall add unto these things, God shall add unto him the plagues that are written in this book. And if any man shall take away from the words of the book of this prophecy, God shall take away his part out of the book of life, and out of the holy city, and from the things which are written in this book.
Come unto you with the brethren. But his will was not at all to come at this time, but he will come when he shall have convenient time.
This is how the Sagittarius people make fun of the Bible. They laugh at it.
I mean, if it was just this scripture, I wouldn't consider this. And what we're accused of is, if we tried to point out stuff like this,
and that's what's going to get us in trouble.
Castigated as being pervert.
The Sagittarius people are making fun of the Bible, and you can stop right there. That's what I wanted to talk about, the spiritual side of the Mandela effect. But thank you for having me, Josh, and thank you, everybody. 16 people in the chat.
Yep. So welcome everyone.
Welcome.
Yeah. Thanks for tuning in to episode 4 of Higher Minds. As you can see tonight, we have a very interesting topic. And as our special guest here, as you can see, is Sagar Mandela Effect. How you doing, Jose?
Just fine, good? Josh. Thank you. Yes, I appreciate you.
All right.
Inviting me to share my point of view with the Bible changes and the spiritual side of the Mandela Effect and how we're going to start a war if we're not aware of what's going on or what we're doing intentionally, and it can backfire on us. So I'm here because I'm trying to protect the people that came from my planet, or you that see the Mandela Effect, to be aware and to watch out what we're saying, because we're going against the Bible. We're trashing the Bible. We're telling people not to read the Bible because it has supernaturally changed, and life is fluid, and the Bible keeps changing, and people saying that it's magic, witches, supernaturally demonic forces. And I'm just here to set the record straight. But I have a disclaimer. All my proof is back in Sagittarius Earth. And everything that I'm going to say, it comes out of Dale Dufay's book, One Harmony, Bluebeard 2011, IPS, and many other YouTube creators that I took notes and I took pieces of their videos. And that's how I accumulate information. And then I put it together, edit it, and I use their own words, because I found out that Dale Dufay, when he was doing his videos, he was getting attacked. He got death threats. So I had to figure out a way to make a video so people wouldn't attack me, because I'm people think that I'm anti-Mandela Effect. I'm not. I just don't believe things are changing. The only thing that I believe is that the things are different. And that's what I believe. I'm not anti-Mandela Effect. I've been affected 12 years with the Mandela Effect. And I just been staying in the shadows, learning, because I thought the Mandela Effect was fun at first, because the monocle and the Kit Kat dash missing. And it was fun for me, because, wow, this is a new place, I couldn't understand why, the Mandela was happening. Then later on through the years, people started talking about the Bible changes, the wolf and the lamb, and the verse Matthew 7:12 saying, "Do unto others as you do unto you," and it didn't make sense to me. So I started studying, and day and night, religiously for about 3 months. I couldn't sleep. I was a fanatic, and I was knocking on people's doors. He's like, "Do you know the Bible is changing? You know, we're in a different reality, and you know this and that." And I was like a little Jehovah's Witnesses for the Mandela Effect. And I was like very motivated to spread the news with the Mandela Effect. And you know what? I lost friends, I lost family, I lost my job, I lost everything. So I figure out that the Mandela Effect has a kickback, and it can harm people if they don't use it wisely. That's why I'm here. Go ahead.
Well, I appreciate you being here. That's kind of what I'm looking to do here, is just give everybody a platform to speak their mind. And we don't all have to agree. We don't all have to agree. We can, agree about, one thing and not the other. I've heard a little bit about your ideas on this, and, I don't know if I'm 100%, agree with it or disagree. I mean, I don't know, but that's what I'm here to, I'm just here to learn. So I'm always open to,
thank you.
A different voice and opinion, and you're welcome to come on here anytime you want to and talk about your ideas, because I think you got some interesting ideas and thoughts on things.
Yeah, I watched your other channel, your other videos that you made with Super and Sandy and Rebecca, and they were very interesting. And you just kept you stood in the middle. You didn't opinionate it like you're wrong and this. So thank you. You make me feel at home and comfortable to talk, and we already did shows together, so you know what I'm about and how passionate I am with the Mandela Effect. I'm not fake. That's why I'm showing my face. This is me. I want you to see my face impressions. I want you to see the real me, that I'm being honest, And everything I say is coming from my heart to help people, not to destroy your life. I'm here to help. And that's why we created the helpline. That was an idea 2015. And I was like you, but I didn't know how to use computers. I had to learn everything so I can do videos and spread my message just like you're doing. And I wish I was savvy with the computers, or else I'll be doing more shows. But I love your platform, and I'm grateful that you're stepping up and taking the reins with this community, because we need people like you. And thank you. I mean, I'm grateful for just being here. I'm really grateful for you.
Well, I appreciate that. Yeah, I've been in the Mandela Effect community for probably eight or 9 years. 2017. So I've been passionate about it ever since then. I had the same experience that you did with talking to people and losing friends and family looking at me weird. So I just quit talking about it to people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I just did. And every once in a while, it was always on my mind. So, every once in a while I'd ask somebody how they spell Skechers, or, if I seen them wearing a pair of Skechers, and when ask them, they'd always spell it. And I'm like, nope, sorry. There's no T and, whatever. And they're like, oh my gosh. And then you see how they respond. And if they're like, oh yeah, I guess there's not a T. I'm like, okay, nice talking to you. And I move on to the next person. But I've actually found a few friends at work that are real interested in it. And I can still talk to them about it, and they're always looking for, they're interested to hear the new one. So I do what I can in real life, but yeah, I just recently learned, I'm still learning the whole internet thing. So I appreciate you being here and, sharing your voice.
Thank you. What I want to continue, go ahead and play the video. Go ahead and play the rest of the video so I can show the people what's in my memory. And this is where I come from. I come from an orange sun, not yellow. It was a reddish orange sun. And that's where I come from. Go ahead and play it, and then you can stop it. Yeah. And this is the cornflakes with the K. And me and Guy Fawkes are the only ones that remembers this cornflakes with the K. My YouTube channel platform was a U and the tube. The Walgreens was green letters. And yeah, just go ahead and I'll just talk about it. 7-Eleven was 7-Eleven, open 24 hours. And there was a survey to 150 people that remember how I remember it. Just numbers, no letters. Walmart with the flower in the middle, capital letters, all blue. The Taco Bell is like a Mexican with the sombrero laying down with the sarape and the cactus. And he was sleeping. That was my Taco Bell sign on my earth. Not a bell. It was my JFK assassination. The car was white. 3 people, Jackie, the president, and the driver. And 2 escorts. Nobody running in the back. There was nobody around, just them and the 2 motorcycles. That's what I remember. So that contradicts everybody with the blue car, 4 people. It's because I come from a different place. And I found this. This is my earth. And go ahead. That's what people remember. South America underneath South Mexico.
And North America.
And here, this is New Zealand. This is a big one for me because New Zealand for me was on the 10 o'clock on the left side, on the west side of Australia. And there was a video that I found confirming that somebody remembers as I did. New Zealand was on the 10 o'clock. Sri Lanka was underneath on the bottom. There's the interview right there. 150 people answered the same question as I did. And I remember the North Pole having the landmass, and it was called the Arctic Northern Continent of the North Pole. This is my Gene Simmons. He had a wristband and a headband. And this is the Earth that I remember. I just wanted to give you a background of how the Earth, how it was, and the difference to prove.
I got you. It seems to me a lot of these are the same. I mean, I have a lot of these same memories too.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
There you go. And there's people. I remember the orange, and some people remember the red, the yellow sun. Here's the orange sun, and that's all the snow. Canada was full of snow for me, and the North Pole had ice, and it had land. Eskimos, igloos, polar bears, penguins, and that's it. But that's my earth, that's my memories, that's my logos that I remember that nobody has or I haven't seen in the internet. And they're all on my channel. I have 1,200 videos. I worked like 6 years on them. And I just wanted to get my knowledge and everything that I learned on video, so when I die or pass away, people can still come and learn from it, because this platform, I hope it stays forever. So I just wanted to be like my videos to guide people so they won't get lost like I was at the beginning, because there was nobody out there. Scarab, Bluebeard, Sean, on the fence, people like that. They were there, but not as many as we have it now. And everybody's getting into it. And now the new agers are getting into it, and they're saying the veil and the shifting and everything else is like, it was just getting confusing. So I started stepping up and said, if this is what's happening, this is what I believe, take it or leave it. I have no proof. And that's what I'm here for, to show my ideas.
Well, yeah, it's very interesting, because I mean, I probably would agree with probably 90% or more of those that that'd be the earth that I came from.
Okay.
So
yeah, and a lot of people saying everything's changing. Okay, well, time travelers are changing the Mandela effect and the Bible and everything else. He said, okay, how do you explain the landmass moving 1,500 miles to the right, close to Africa? And now the land of under is South America. It's no longer Australia. It's no longer New Zealand. It's South America, the land down under. How does that happen? How do you get penguins to live in Africa? How do you get rid of the Eskimos? Now they're in Greenland, and they're Norway. I don't know where the Eskimos are. I'm still looking for them. The caribou, and now Alaska is the biggest state of the United States. It's 3 times bigger than Texas. In my reality, Texas was the biggest state. Everything's bigger in Texas. That was but now it's Alaska. Alaska. 3 times bigger than Texas. And where I come from, I used to have 52 states. Alaska was 50, 51 was Hawaii, and 52 was Puerto Rico. And now they're saying there's only 50 because their district of Columbia or whatever, New Puerto Rico and DC are not considered states. So I don't know what the timeline is. But I wanted to talk about the Bible, because a lot of people are getting lost and getting confused, because the Word of God, they're saying that it changed because it doesn't match their memory. So what I'm trying to determine, and what I showed, is it's against the Bible to say that the Bible is changing, or you cannot add or subtract. There's a group of people, they're getting together and they're writing their own Bible, how they remember it. So they're collaborating with the internet, and they're putting their own Bible. To me, that's wrong, because they're mocking God in one way, and they're trying to make their own religion to fit their own beliefs, because they see something that is not. That's why I call it the psychosis effect. It's because you're seeing something that is not. Well, I remember the lion, but the wolf, that's where we're at right now. The Bible says the wolf. How did it get there? It's always been like that. If you look at my videos, I show the Dead Sea Scrolls showing that it always said the wolf. So from the beginning, 1611, all the way to the Dead Sea Scrolls, 2,000 years, whenever that was made. It was finally discovered, and they discovered that it said the wolf. So how did it get there? So to me, it makes sense that the Bible never changed. So why are we saying that the Bible changed when it didn't? And so like, okay, well, I remember the lion. Yes, me too. On my earth, that's where the Bible that you're looking for is. And that's where the proof is. That's why I don't have proof to show you that the lion was there, because I was a Christian for 9 years. I read the Bible for 9 years. I was Pentecostal. I was a very strict religion. And thank God that I was there, because I don't smoke, I don't do drugs, I don't drink, I don't cuss, I don't do anything like that. I try to live a holy life for God. But in a way, I got lost from the religion because I didn't believe in God. I became an atheist for 30 years, but thank God for the Mandela effect. I found God because I discovered that he was moving me. And that's where the God particle comes in, is that when I was created, when human beings were created, he gave us the spark of life, which is called, to me, I call it the God particle. And that's what CERN is trying to find and destroy, and opening portals so they can manipulate our trips to different Earths. I'm getting confused here. A lot of people think that the Bible is changing. No, it's not. I believe that we're reading a different Bible on a different earth. And you'll say, well, how come it said lion and now it says wolf? It says, okay, well, we're on a different earth. As we determined that South America is on the right side, 1,500 miles. There's no island of Gibraltar. It's a different place. There's Rainbow Mountains. We determined all that thanks to Sandy Diva with all her investigations. I mean, it made it easier for everybody to prove that we're somewhere else. So why not believe that we are reading a different Bible, period? Don't say it changed, because you're going against God. You're getting fooled. That's what Satan is doing. I did a presentation. It's like, what is this? The great deception. Satan got a hold of the Mandela effect and is turning it against us. And I figured that out because it backfired on me. And every time I went to somebody religious and I told them the Bible changed and all that, and it's like, no, you're wrong. It's like, no, I'm not wrong. Open up your Bible. It says wolf. And they read it. It's like, oh my God, it says wolf. And how did it get there? Oh, Satan did it. No. That's the deception. We're remembering the lion. So we think in our mind that it changed because we're reading a different Bible. No, the apostle that was here used a different word and used the wolf, because to me it's more the wolf and the lion. They're two different. One's in the jungle and one's in the fields with the lambs. There's no lambs in Africa that I know of, or where the lion lives. So that kind of doesn't make sense, So to me, the wolf is more pliable to that thing, to that verse, and it makes more sense than the lion. But I know Jesus represents the lion and how strong it is. I don't know what the term is for the lion. I don't read the Bible as much as I should have, but I only took the pieces that I need to present to you guys about Matthew 24:24. It says God is going to send a strong delusion, and don't let any man deceive you, because even the very elect will be fooled. And that's what I came with, the ideas that the Mandela effect was going to fool everybody, even the religious people. And I asked myself, how is that going to happen when people they know the Bible, and they're you can't mess with their Bible. That's wrong. And I says, who's doing it? It's like, we are saying that the Bible changed. That's why all the psychiatrists, all the people, all the pastors, they think we're crazy. We're not crazy. Our memories are correct. We're just going wrong about it. We're telling people the Bible changed. No, the Bible, I'm reading a different Bible on a different earth. How did we get here? Jackie asked me, it's like, it's a magic. No, it's not magic. You know, she sends me little texts. I'm sure everybody she sends texts to everybody to prove her point, which I don't blame her, because, you know, she wants to be right. She knows she's trying to help us out. But I've been in for 12 years. I'm not a rookie. I know what I'm talking about. And I believe that the Bible was manipulated by us. We're creating the Mandela effect. We're the ones that are lying, saying that the Bible changed. But the Bible never changed. It was like that since the beginning, just like the Ford logo. I tell you, the Ford logo changed because it never had the little pigtail. But according to history, the facts, stay with the facts. The logo history says it never had it always had a pigtail, never had the little line, as we remember it.
No.
So to us, it changed, but according to history, it never changed. That's a confusion that is bringing the delusion is backfiring on us, and that's how people are telling us that we're delusional, we're misremembering, and we kabuli that term. They're saying that we're crazy, misremembering, and we're making things up. They're correct, because they don't know we come from a different place. That's where the variation effect comes in, is that everybody, when Sandy Diva asks a question, shows an image, and she asks us, what do you remember? Type what you remember. She gets 3 or 4 different answers, and that's how we come. Everybody comes from different realities. That's why we have different answers, and that's what she came up with the variation effect, is because everybody comes from a different place, and that is proof that we're moving. And how we're moving is God is in control, God is alive, and God is very powerful. And I found out there's different dimensions, different earths, different places that I've been personally. I've been moving to different earths, and I've been documenting. And the proof that I have is that we get every week, every month, Sandy Diva finds new Mandela effects. Those are indications. That is proof that we're somewhere else on a different earth. I hope I'm making sense.
Yeah. So I got a question for you though.
Okay.
I just totally lost it. What is it? Oh, you said God was in control, and we're moving. But so, what's your thoughts on why some of us are moving and some people don't seem to be moving? Like some people don't see the Mandela effect at all. They just get every single answer in current reality. And then for those of us who do see it and are jumping, how do we all seem to be jumping together? Like, a lot of these people from, that watch Sandy and, these shows about, like we all shift into the same Earths at different times, or just slightly different Earths, or, you know what I mean? Like, because if there's millions of different.
Okay. Think about it, a game. Like, have you ever played that game with, you put different chairs and you put 10 people and you put 9 chairs, musical chairs? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yep.
You just go around and you never know where you're going to end up according to your frequency, according to what you're working on, your spirit. That's where God, the creator, will move you according to where you need to be, because that's where you're needed. We're like God's antennas. We see it. Everybody's affected with the Mandela effect, but everybody's in denial. No, they don't want to see what I see. They don't want to see what you see. They don't want to see what Sandy's presenting. They're just in denial because it's mind-blowing. Once I tell people that, have you heard the Mandela effect? They says, yeah, I don't want to hear it. It's like, but I have a different point of view. I don't want to hear it. And I says, oh, gee, wow. I says, well, did you know we come from a different place, and God loves you, and you're here because God wants you here to help these people, lost people, that they don't know how to work, they don't know how to think, they're very aggressive, they're They're just lost people. So we're here to help them, even teach them how to work. They don't know how to work. I mean, all to like 20 years, I've been teaching people, and they just quit. They don't want to work. They don't want to think. And that's where we're at right now. We're in a beautiful place where there's Rainbow Mountains. We're in a different place, but the people makes it a bad place. And the reason we're moving to different places, and how I can tell is by the Bible. The Bible is getting darker and darker and darker. So to me, that's an indication that we have to fulfill prophecy, the tribulation. We have to go through it before the Creator takes us. But I found out through Deo Dufay is that our soul is splintered to many millions of pieces, and every earth has you on it. So you have a different avatar, a doppelganger on it, and you're there on a parallel universe and a parallel galaxy, parallel everything. Everything's the same, but 1% different. That's where the Mandela effect comes, and that's where Sandy Diva finds everything. She's like yesterday. I saw your show yesterday, and I found out she's gifted. I always told her, there's something wrong with your brain, because you remember every picture that she showed, what year she showed, what show it was. I mean, she's like amazing brain. It's like, and now that I heard you guys yesterday on your show that you guys were in that gate program, it's like that makes sense. You're Josh. You have intuitions. You know the people. You can sense a lot of book crap. If I'm saying that, you're gonna tell me to my face. There is no stopping you, because you can tell you have a gift, and that's why you're using your gift to run these programs, because you're following your gut. And I never want you to stop doing that, because you're gifted, just like Sandy and Rebecca, and we're all here together for a reason. Oh, no, I'm just on the spiritual side and spiritual journey, and I just happened to be stumbled to the Mandela effect.
Yeah, well, I think that's what happened to all of us, or the majority of us is, we stumbled on the Mandela effect, and either that may have started a spiritual journey, or we were on a spiritual journey already and stumbled into the Mandela effect afterwards. Either way,
we try to help the people as much as we can, because that's where we're at. We're all connected,
because none of us understand what's going on.
Yeah.
So we're all just trying to figure it out. So that's what I'm trying to do.
Yeah, and I found out that our soul, through Deo Dufay's theories, he had 1,000 videos. He erased them all because he got chased away. So I kind of stepped up and took over his teachings, and here I am. But because he was supposed to be at the IMAC, he was supposed to be at the IMAC convention, and he got attacked because they asked him, where's your proof? Where is your proof? So I decided to show different clips from scientists, astrophysicists, from the Mandela effect people, religious people, everybody. I grabbed so many clips that my computer is so slow now that I make videos out of it. And I wanted to show that what they're saying is true. Don't listen to me. Listen to everybody that on my videos. They're the ones that are trying to teach us to learn about the Mandela effect, not to be fooled. And once I found out that Satan, and I made a lot of people angry, because people think that I'm anti-Mandela effect, is because I tell them I don't believe in changes. I don't believe the metal statue, the thinker could move the hand from the forehead to the chin. That is impossible. That metal cannot move by itself. There is no video proof. There is cameras on that thinker, and nobody has that. Security wise, everything has a security camera. I'm sure there was supposed that there's got to be a camera watching that statue 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, but there's no video proof saying that it changed. So who is saying that it's changed? It's us, people that came from my planet, from Sagittarius Earth, that they don't know they're on a different Earth because they believe in one Earth, singularity, one God, one creation, and it's in the Bible. That's it. That's all their beliefs are. They don't want to expand their mind because I'm going against their beliefs. And the multiverse is going to destroy the astrophysicists, Einstein, whoever, all the Tyson, deGrasse Tyson. I mean, they're looking for the God particle. And we have it. The Mandela effect, the scientists and everybody, they're saying a different thing, and they're like clashing. But we are the missing link. We have the God particle inside us. When we were created, God gave us that essence, that spirit that the CERN wants, because that's how they're opening up the portals, because they want to bring in more darkness, but at the same time they want to figure out what created us, because they want to find out how everything was created and how we are, our spirits, our soul. They want our soul. So the reason we keep moving, and I believe it's God. I don't know who you think it is, but I believe it's the Creator, and He's protecting our soul from the bad guys, from the bad people, because that's what they're looking for us. And the earth, the Schumann resonance, it feels the vibration when we arrive to a different earth. You can see the Schumann resonance spike up like red, and how we know we shifted is by ringing of the ears. I get dizzy, I get headaches, I get tired, I get lazy, I have no strength. I feel off. I feel out of tune, like there's like being underwater, So I just feel those symptoms, and those are the symptoms that we're shifting. And when do we shift? It's called the rapid eye movement. When you're asleep and your eyes are starting to vibrate, that's when you're in a different level of sleep, and that's how you get moved.
Right, when you're dreaming.
Yes, that's the REM. But other people are saying that, we get moved while we're asleep or while we're awake. So everybody has their own opinions. That's why I'm not saying I'm correct. I'm just giving you what I learned so far and what works for me, and I try to make it as positive as possible, because I've been to the negative side and I didn't like it. So I had to save myself from driving myself crazy, because once I want to find something, I don't want to stop. I want to keep going and finish till I find the answer. I'm sure everybody's in that journey, but we're here to help. I'm not against the Mandela effect, because I am affected. My family's affected. They're tired of me hearing about it. So this is my only outlet to talk to you guys, and I'm very grateful for you guys to even opening up the doors for me, because there is no other community like ours, because everybody thinks that we're crazy, we don't fit in, we're weirdos, we're crazy, we just don't fit in, and we don't. And people are afraid of us because of our goodness, our aura is to help, and they look at us, it's like, man, you're weird, because we don't belong here.
Yeah, you've heard my theory on that, right? I embrace the crazy or the weirdness, so I could care less what anybody thinks about me, but being a weirdo or being crazy. There's people that think that, I don't need them in my life, So I just, I don't have them keep them in my life.
Well, all through my life, I've been affected with the Mandela effect. And that's when I found out that Mandela effect was going on since the 1900s, 1800s, because I have the Lion of the Lamb sermons dating that back. And I'll probably make a video about it. But yeah, I found information. Even Stavely found information about the Lion of the Lamb sermons, bars in the UK from the 1800s, the Lion of the Lamb signs outside the bar. So that tells me that the Mandela effect has been going on since the beginning of time. But the people, when I get attacked, is when I say, where did the Mandela effect come from? Where did it originated from? And it says, well, it was a paranormal investigator, a demonologist. To me, that's evil. And it was at the Dragon Con convention. Dragon, to me, it's evil, or a dragon, or what represents darkness, demons, a dragon. To me, that's what I learned. That's what they taught me. And I kind of put it together. It's like, okay, well, the Mandela effect originated from there. It's like, why is it bad? No, it's Satan is putting a spin on it and making us think that everything changed. So in our head, when I see something, it changed. But I taught myself, and Dale through Dale, it says it didn't change. It is impossible for the letters in a book or somebody to come inside my book, inside my house, to change my books, the letters in my book. I don't think Satan knows my address. I don't think nobody broke into my house to change the Bible in your house or in my house. That's impossible. So I ruled that out. It's like, but people say, oh, it's supernaturally, it's magic. You don't understand magic. It's like, no, you don't understand the power of God. You're giving too much power to Satan. My God has no limits. My God has no end of his power. My God is in charge. My God is in control. And that's what I'm going to trust. I'm going to trust in God instead of Satan. So that's when I became aware of the hoax. And people will attack me. It's like, Jose, you're crazy because you're turning it against us. You're making us look bad. And no, I'm trying to help you see that the Bible never changed. We changed. We're looking at a different Bible, on a different earth. That's the only thing that makes sense. And that's what John Curvin said. That's what Lone Eagle said. That's what Moneybag said. I mean, they're just not my words. Everybody's coming aboard to this belief. And it's taken 8 years for me to be here, and people maybe could understand little pieces at a time, because this is through years for me to learn all this, and I'm just throwing everything out there. So I don't expect you to understand everything, but that's why it's very important for this YouTube to record me so people can go back and rewatch it. Maybe they'll learn something to see it a different way. Go ahead.
Yeah. So I got a question. There was a comment a while back from Mr. Super, I believe it was, and was saying something about the residue that we find kind of puts a dent in the theory. What do you say? As I know personally from what I see, the residue oftentimes is like a recreation, a human, fan art, or somebody's drawing the way they remember or whatever. But like when there's like hard residue, like if you find, I guess the example come to my mind is when I was growing up in my house, we always had this painting of a lion and a lamb laying down in a field together. And it had the Bible verse written underneath it. But then, but we know that it's never been the lion and the lamb. So like, why would that happen? Something like that. Somebody making, because it was just a mass produced, painting. It wasn't original or nothing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's a copy. Just like Super said that hubcap came from China. It's an imitation. It comes from a memory from other travelers that came here, made the hubcap that fit the Volkswagen and didn't have the little line on it. Is because that is proof that other travelers are coming from our planet with the same memory as we do, but they don't know they are affected with the Mandela effect. They do drawings. Even Stabley went to a flea market and he was seeing all these things. And he was telling them, said, this doesn't exist. It's like, it's a different way. It's like, what do you mean? Yeah, the stuff that you're selling it's Mandela effect that it doesn't exist. And the vendor was looking at him like crazy. He's like, this is what I remember. And we can't change his mind because that's what he's believed. That's what he saw. And you can't change their mind. You can't change their mind because that's what they saw, and that's what it's ingrained in their brains. Just like the residue that we find is because other travelers came from our place and left residue evidence for us to find, clues. They're indications for us to find to let us know we're on a different earth. Simple as that. How do we get residue? We create it. We're creating by doing shows with our memories. We're creating Mandela effect shows. But when the Orion people, and by the way, we're in the Orion Spur with the white sun.
Right.
And the people that live here, they're the ones that are going to attack us because we're in their house. We're saying your Bible stinks, it's changing, it's evil. How do you like me to go to your house and tell you, you know, you suck, your beliefs suck, you're not working well, you have a bad car, your water is yellow, stink, I can go in your house and trash you. What are you going to do? You're going to get mad, you're going to beat me up, and you're going to call the cops. Exactly what the Orion people are going to with us. If you watch my videos, EYA got attacked. It's like, you witch, I'm not going to let you talk bad about the Bible. You're an evil witch. And EYA is like, you sound angry. Yeah, I'm angry because you're talking bad about the Bible. And that's my Bible. Exactly. We're in somebody else's house talking about somebody else's Bible. This is not our Bible that we remember. So we need to be respectful to the place where we're at because the Orion people are going to attack us. So I'm here because I care about you guys, and I'm trying to prevent harm to our society, the people that came with us, our spiritual people that we hang out with the group here. So that's why I'm so sounding the alarm. What is the delusion? How residue arrives, and how do we get here? And it just comes to me, and I wake up and I make videos about it, and that's what I've been doing for the last 6 years because I know I'm set in my ways, and I believe to be different thinking, different avenues, different way to think about the Mandela effect, and I've been getting attacked by other creators that I'm lying, that I don't see what they see. They try to convince me that I'm wrong. But how am I going to tell you the multiverse exists? How can I prove to you that we're on a different planet? That's crazy. You're going to think that I'm crazy if I tell people, my mom, that I'm not her son, that I'm a different version of her son. She's going to think I'm crazy. It's like, I think it's time for you to go. I think you overstay your visit. See you later. Come back when you're rationalizing and talk better. You're back to normal. So, yeah. So, yeah, the residue is very important. A lot of people say everything's changing. Everything is magically changing. Okay, how come it doesn't change the residue? Why are we finding residue in stuff that belongs on our planet in Sagittarius? Why is it in Orion? The answer that me and Sandy, and because I don't want to take credit for it, and Dale Dufay and everybody else, the YouTube creators, I found clues that we're the ones moving. We're the ones that are in a different place. That's why we don't understand. That's why our memories don't fit in here. Our memories are correct, but they're wrong. They're wrong here. Just because you remember something different, it doesn't make the Bible changed. Just because you remember it. I remember the lion, and yes, I remember the lion, but I have no right to come to somebody else's world, planet, and tell them, I'm going to burn that Bible because that Bible is evil and I'm trying to help you. No, don't cross that line because it's their Bible. That's what they read. That's what they're used to. That's what they preach in the churches. We need to leave them alone. We need to separate ourselves from the Orion people. That's why these groups are so important. And I urge people like Sandy Diva, keep going with that, helpline, because we need to get everybody together and keep them from scattering around, and they're like lost sheep. And sorry, and so we're trying to help out the community and make them aware that there's a different way to look at it, and a very positive way, introducing the Mandela effect to other people. Make it a positive thing, make it a spiritual thing, but don't make it evil. Don't let Satan win. Don't let Satan get a hold of us and fool us, just to turn the people against us, to attack us, because that's what the deception to me is. Because on 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 10 and 11, God himself says, I'm going to send a strong delusion. What is a delusion? Something is going to fool you. Something that's going to be manipulated, but it's not. It's going to make it look like it changed, but it's not. So what I learned, the only thing I did was change the word. Never say changes. Say, I'm looking at a different book. This is different, because it's impossible. And I'll be lying to you if I tell you it changed when it didn't. So that's why a lot of pastors, a lot of psychiatrists, a lot of people from the Orion people, they don't believe in the Mandela effect. They don't want to go on John Curvin's show. I think only 2 pastors in 9 years came and saw the Mandela effect. Yeah, we're aboard. We see the changes and everything, and John Curvin is getting bigger and bigger because the Sagittarius people need a direction to hang out, like a fellowship. But the reason I showed John Curvin clip is because I've been trying to teach him to the what information that I'm talking about today, so he can see that he's doing it wrong. He's sending the wrong message, and he was attacked. He had to leave town. He lost his marriage. I'm not trying to talk bad about him because he's not here, but this is what he shows on his videos. It's not secrets. It's on his videos. It's on his channel, Wake Up or Else. And he said he loves God, and we all do. We're on God's side, and especially me, because I found out how powerful he was, and he's the one creating the Mandela effect, but not in a bad way. It's to put a test on us. It's a test of faith. That's what the Mandela effect is. For me, is if I'm going to fall for the deception, if I'm going to lose my way to go to the dark side, and I refuse to do that. So I found a different way to make it a positive way to help people, not to destroy them or drive them crazy. I'm here to show them a different way to look at the Mandela effect, and it's a good thing because I'm in a spiritual journey, and that's where I'm at right now. And if people wants to see it my way, okay, but I'm not going to force anybody. I'm tired of preaching and people saying this and that. It's good for you. Just leave me alone. Let me be. Do you have Siri right now? Can you talk on the phone and talk to Siri?
I have Google. The equivalent. I don't have an iPhone, but yeah.
Well, just Google and ask Siri or Google how many planets have rings like Saturn. I'll do the same thing. Ask Siri how many planets have rings like Saturn.
Mine says, in the solar system, all 4 giant planets: Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune.
Yeah. And what do you remember? Saturn, right? Saturn was the only planet that had rings on it.
Initially, yeah.
Yeah.
As a kid, I remember Saturn had multiple rings, and then years later, like after I got out of high school, I remember seeing something about Jupiter having like one ring, like a vertical ring going around side instead of going around like Saturn, but it was going from the poles. And then Uranus was like even years later after that, found out that they had, but I don't remember Neptune ever having rings.
Okay, so you say you meet somebody, they say Satan did this, Satan is changing everything, is supernaturally, it's magic. Okay, tell me how Satan is more powerful than God, that he put rings on 4 more planets. Even Earth, the Earth that we're on right now, has rings because Sandy Diva found it. And this Earth has rings on it. So we're in a different galaxy. We're on a different dimension. We're on a different Earth. And this Earth doesn't have a North Star. If you go outside right now and you look up north to look for the Polaris star, there is no star. It's missing. And that's how I learned that we're in a different star system. We're in a different Milky Way. We're in a different place because the Bible is different. That's a clue. And it's showing us that we're somewhere else. That's why we don't fit in. That's why we're having trouble with work, getting along with people. People don't understand us. It's because we're dealing with other people that we're new here. We're the new people here. We're the aliens here. So we need to be more aware and be more respectful and to their Earth, because their Earth has rainbows. They got rainbow lobsters. They got rainbow everything, rainbow trees that bleed. They have a beautiful Earth. But just to us, people are very rude. People will use you and abuse you. They'll take your money. They'll talk back behind your back. I call them Judas. They're just not the people that we used to hang around with. So we need to put guards and protect ourselves. That's why I'm here. I'm sounding the alarm. It's like, don't be aware. Please be aware that you're not in the same place that we were. Oh, times have changed. Times are getting bad. Times are getting worse as times goes forward. It's like, no, we're the ones moving, because the Bible says tribulation's coming. And the dark part of the revelations is it has to happen. And I don't talk about the Bible. I'm not a very religious person. I'm just spiritually. I believe in one creator, and I believe in the multiverse. I believe our soul is splintered in many places, and we get moved around, and we have no say-so about it. We have no control about it. God is in control. God has no limitation, and stop putting God in a little box. God is everywhere and is responsible for everything. He knows what he's doing. But as humans, we're trying to control. It's like, this book changed. It changed. Okay. Well, show me proof. Where's your video proof? I want to see video proof. Where's your facts? Where is your proof? Then I'll believe it. I cannot change the color of the sun. It's white. We came from a different color of the sun. I can't change the land masses. I cannot take Gibraltar out. Even if I think about it, we can't do it. I don't think nobody in this world can change that or manipulate the earth. There is no way we can do that. The only option we have is that we're on a different earth, and the reason we keep finding different things, Mandela effects, is because that's evidence we're somewhere else. That's my proof. That's the conclusions that I come up with, and that's how I make my videos about it. And that's the foundation of my channel.
Yeah. All right. Well, and I appreciate you being here again and, sharing your point of view. And It's given me a lot to think about. But so it looks like we're just over an hour now, and so we're going to be going into Sandy's show starting at it's scheduled for 12. So we might run into there, but I was thinking we could take like a quick 5-minute break, and then when we get back, if you want to, get into, what the God particle maybe has a little bit more to do, and that sort of thing, and we'll do that. So I got a video, one of your videos up. Can I play one of those for the break?
Go ahead. Yeah, you can play.
Because I think this one's kind of similar to what we're talking about. It's the one, the quantum riddle. So, all right, let me get that up here on screen.
I'm sorry about the chat. I'm not looking at the chat room or anything. So, hi everybody. Thank you for listening to me. And I'm not anti-Mandela effect. Please, I'm on your side.
All right. Yep. Here and before we do that, let's thanks for reminding me. Let's do a quick shout out.
Yeah, they're very important. Yeah, that's what makes the show is them.
Right. Yeah, I've been trying to follow the chat, but still pay attention to you. So here we had first tonight was Ken Raz and Mr. Super Sidewinder, Sandy Diva Mandela Effects, Little Cam 51, Preliminal is here, Mr. Super Rebecca 345 is here.
Yeah, hello Rebecca.
Tiniest Squish. Yeah, hello. Tiniest Squish Sarah Pagey is here. Neo Freak 91X is here.
Oh wow.
We got a good chat tonight. Yeah.
Nice.
There's a few names that I haven't seen before, but it's taken me a minute to scroll down because we got so many people chatting. So I appreciate. Tonette was here. I think they said they might be heading to bed. Sagar Mandela Effect obviously is here. He said hi in the chat. Neo Freak. The Mind is here. Julie. Tonette. Yep. I think I don't see anybody new, but I gotta keep scrolling. If you haven't said hi yet, say hi real quick, and by the time I get to the bottom, Flat Earth Andy is here. Jessica S. Jared. I think I said Jared Jaguar. Hold on, we're almost there. Julie, Tonette. Oh, Joe Martinez. Thanks for being here. I heard him part of his broadcast this morning, and he called out my channel. So thanks for that, Joe. I appreciate.
Oh, wow.
You're welcome to come on and talk about something anytime. You got a topic you want to come chat. You're welcome here. And LJ popped in there at the end.
Hi,
That's
LJ.
everybody.
Hello, LJ.
So yes. So yeah, thanks for being here. We're going to take a quick 6-minute break, and we'll be back to wrap it up with the God particle.
Okay.
Oh, here, I guess I got to present first.
We're back. Am I on? Can you hear me?
Oh yeah, I can hear you. I'm sitting there talking away, muted again.
I thought it was me.
But yeah, very interesting. Yeah, no, it was me. You've been putting out some good videos lately.
You chose the perfect video because everything I said, it was on that video, and how we got here, what the purpose is, what our soul is doing, why we're here. It explains everything, and thank you for showing that. It helps out.
Yeah, I thought that one. I was going through the videos before the show, looking for one for the break, and that one just seemed like it fit perfect for what we'd be talking about. So, we appreciate you making those videos. And go ahead.
Yeah, it takes me like 3 days just to do like a 6-minute video because I hate computers. I'm not used to it, so I have a lot to learn. But I try. So You have no idea how many times I have to erase that same video, and I listen to it every time. So I wanted to be helpful, and I wanted to have the good message, positive message, and I don't want to confuse anybody. That's not what I'm here for. I don't want to confuse you of your beliefs. These are my beliefs, and I don't want to throw that against your face and make you think that I am right and you're wrong. It's like, we're not about that. Just Sandy Show is an open an open chat, and open for your ideas, just like your channel is. It's like, you guys are amazing, and thank you for doing all this.
Yep.
Okay.
All
Did I
right.
jump into the God
So
particle?
we can jump right into it. I'm ready for it.
Well, creation, how the universe was created, according to people, creation was a big bang. The astrophysicists, creation created out of nothing. But I don't believe that, because nothing is nothing. And maybe there was a consciousness when it first started. Maybe it was spoken. Maybe it was just a thought that happened, and everything was created. But in that big bang, when it happened, God gave us the essence. When God created us, He gave us the spark of life. And what happened with that is that God created different humans, different. Everybody's different. We look different, but we're all the same. We have the same inside. We all bleed red. We all have a soul, and we're all here as to do whatever we want to do, because we have free will. And that's what the creation was all about, is to create us, because we're very important. We're the species along the galaxies, is that we are the very important, and we need protection, outside protection, spiritual protection, because we are very weak on this earth. We're the only species that can burn, that can get sick, that can get fat by eating food. We get pollen. We're always sneezing. We can't breathe the air. We can't do anything, is because we're so fragile. And people say, it's like, wow, what is our purpose? God gave us a book. Okay, it's a book to guide us. Okay, what else did He give us? It gave us a brain. It gave us a soul. You say, well, when we die, what do we take? We don't take nothing. Everything stays behind. That's why my proof is back in Sagittarius, because nothing tangible can travel with us. The Bible that I know that had the lion, is back on Sagittarius. That's why I made a disclaimer. I don't have no proof. Don't believe everything I'm saying, because I don't have proof. And that's the truth. But the reason we were created with the God particle inside of us, and that's what CERN is trying to destroy, is trying to manipulate where we go. They're trying to guide us to, instead of going to a angelic realm, a good realm, they're opening portals to make it evil, so we can, our souls or our essence, when we move, we go through the portal. And that's what they want to do. They want to take our soul. They want to destroy our soul, because they don't like us. They don't want us. We're like a roach. We're just a nuisance. We're all over. We're too many, and they need to get a hold of us, and they need to control us, because we're manipulating what they're trying to do, because they're trying to destroy humanity. They're trying to destroy the spiritual life. They're trying to destroy everything that God made. Everything that God made is good, and they hate that. The reason there's evil is, but with the Big Bang, when the particles, everything got splattered, all that was with God's light, that God's greatness, love, everything that was inside the creation that He created was good. But everything that was on the dark side, which is the AI. I believe it is the AI, is the Antichrist, and the evil one is the one that's going to destroy every earth. And we can't let that happen. Every time you watch a video with the AI, you're helping the AI to get more powerful. Every time you go to a company and they're using those robots, you're paying for the AI to get stronger and get bigger. Every time you Google, they're using that search engines with that quantum D-Wave computers. That you're helping them get stronger and better. So, anyways, the God particle is the reason God gave us the God particle is because we're here to record. God wants to know what it feels to be a human being because He loves us so much. He made us. He made us.
It's all right.
We have Him inside of us. We represent God. We have everything about God inside of us. Our job is to live life. He gave us free will, and every choice that you make is going to have a consequence. So that's what He wants us here for us to learn, but He wants to learn from us. He wants to know what it feels to be human. I think that's what the main purpose of us being here, and the reason He keeps moving us is because when we die, our soul, our body stays here, but our soul, with our memories, as we can prove that every time we find new Mandela effects, that represents that we're somewhere else, and that's the clue indications that we're on another earth. So to me, that means that that's where God needs us, and that's where He wants us to be, because He wants us to learn something, and He wants us, when we die, our soul will go up to heaven to meet the Creator, and He'll suck up all that knowledge, and He's going to judge us with that memories. If you have a good heart or a bad heart, you're going to go to the dark side, or you're going to keep going to the light. I believe that's what the God particle it's all about. And that's what the scientists are trying to destroy. It's because they want to control the outcome, what God had planned for us. So they want to intervene. They're trying to manipulate the veil, because we're all connected through a cosmic wave. We're all connected like a computer. This computer is connected to your computer, to Sandy's computer, to everybody's computer in Australia. We're all connected, just like our soul. Our splinter soul that God gave us and created us to be like Him, because we're inside. We're all connected. We're all one human being, one race. We have God particle inside of us, but but Satan and everybody, the dark side, are trying to divide us, because once we unite, we can go against the evil, their plans. We're destroying their plans. Like the movie stars, they're finding out how evil they are. Now people don't go to Disney, watch movies, Disneyland. They're trying to boycott everything. It's because we have the power. We can vote with our dollar. We can vote with our presence. We can make a difference just by our beliefs. And that's what I'm trying to gather, because we're very powerful, just like you, Josh and Sandy, and you guys were chosen to be in a GATE program because they saw the potential that they can use you, so they can use your powers, your knowledge, your whatever they chose you to be in the GATE program, so they can use it against God. So they used you, I don't know for what, maybe a private evil program that we don't know about, because they don't tell us how advanced they are. But I know your mind was wiped. I know Rebecca's mind was wiped, and Sandy's mind was wiped. But I always told her, you're not normal. Your brain is too smart. You can, like I said before, she said, to me, she has a very high IQ, and she remembers amazing colors, and she gets triggered by little things and she notices them right away. That's why she's the best. That's why I respect her, and that's why I help her a lot, and I motivate her. It's like, come on, girl, you can do it. Don't. We gotta do this. and later on,
Sandy is the best.
She's going, yeah, of course. And I try to point that out. It's like we have a job to do, and if people say that I'm against them, and that people say that I'm not part of the community, I'll step back. I'll let Sandy keep going, and I'll step back because I don't want to harm her channel. I don't want to turn people against them, and because I have good future for Sandy's channel, and it's growing amazingly. So
but you are an important part of this community. You're not gonna you stepping back and wouldn't help. You know what I mean? It's like you help bring people to Sandy's channel, just like you're doing your part, I'm doing my part. You've been doing it a lot longer than me. I think it would be a shame if you ever step back and stop sharing, because you got a lot of important things. I think a lot of stuff I don't understand, but
I just get sad when people say anti-Mandela effect. It's like, no, it kind of wears on you. So many years, people banned me from other channels. I couldn't even post whatever I'm saying on this channel. So I'm very grateful for you to let me speak, and because other channels would just ban me. I finally just get tired through the years, and I started my own. That was another reason I started the channel, is because I wanted to have the freedom to speak and make videos the way I wanted to get that message going the way I felt like it was the right way. But like I said, I have a disclaimer on my channel. Please visit it. Leave your comments if you have questions. And I have 1,200 videos, and I'm here to help, not to destroy your life. I'm not here to destroy your beliefs. I respect your beliefs, so I want the same respect on my channel. Don't come and attack my channel either, because I'm not against you guys. And thank you for letting me speak and being here. Thank you.
Yeah, I don't think anybody thinks that you. I mean, I guess I can't speak for everybody, but I think the majority of people don't think that you're against us. You just have a different outlook at on things, and it doesn't mean that we can't still talk about it and learn from each other. So I'm putting your link to your channel in the chat right now.
Oh, thank you, appreciate it.
So that is SAG Arms channel there. Here, let me just pin it to the top so people can have it.
And thank you guys for listening to me, and thank you for giving me the chance to speak my side of the Mandela effect. And I hope I can help people see it a different way. And I hope we can see each other somewhere else in another channels. And I'll be happy to answer any questions, whenever.
Yeah, well, we got another channel and starting up in a few minutes that we can see you at.
Yeah. Okay.
So, you got any?
Does the chat have any questions?
Did you get through everything?
Do you see any questions from the chat room or anything?
Yeah.
So before
Let's
we
look
go
here. Sure. Yeah, we had a few extra, a few new people come in. Let me go. I think that's. I found. Yeah, I'm not seeing a whole lot of questions. Just a lot of thumbs up and thanks, Jose and
Sandy.
Rebecca.
She says you
said
stop
hey.
that.
Sandy said hi.
Yeah, she gives me a line and says,
Everybody,
you stop that. Stop thinking like that. She's very positive. She sees a different outlook, different way. So that's why I love her. She helped me out through the years.
Yep.
We've been friends for 5 years already. And I support her channel financially as much as I can. I'm struggling as everybody else, but I keep donating because she needs to keep going. Please donate to her channel. Help her with her medicine.
I agree.
Help her out because she has worked so hard, and this ain't free. She needs a lot of financial
She
support.
puts a lot of work.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she puts a lot of work into what she does. So,
Yeah.
So yeah, so we appreciate it. So it looks like we had somebody, Bonita, or where I just lost it. Bonita Banks just got here, so thanks for being here. Even if you came in late, I appreciate it. I think there was one more person. But yeah, I got your text, Sandy. So
good.
Yeah, I'll check it out. Let me see here. It might be an update on her status of her show.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, she says that she's still working on things. So
Okay, good. We're right
so
on
she's
target.
getting things ready. So yeah, so she won't be quite ready at 12 o'clock, but let me see. Get one more.
Yeah, I'll be happy to answer any questions. I know Jackie has a lot of questions if she's here. She said she was going to be here. Like,
okay, yeah, yeah. If anybody has any questions here in the last few minutes,
you can just put all cap letters. That way Josh can see them.
Here,
You know, to me,
Jessica S says you did a great job, Jose.
oh, thank you. I was nervous. I hope I said everything okay.
I don't understand that. Why are people nervous to come on my show? Like, I'm brand new. This is the fourth show I've ever done. I'm the one who should be nervous. But you know what I mean?
I just
Like,
we
you've been
have
doing this way longer than me.
we have limited time and we have so much to say. And I mean, the Mandela, it's an endless, and it can go different ways, and you know, different ideas. It's an amazing thing, and I'm glad I found the Mandela effect, is because, you know, I'm not crazy after all. And it was a big relief when I found this community, because this is where I belong. And the sad part was that, you know, I was getting with my different ideas and everything else. It's like hold on, we come from different places, we have different ideas, and we need to respect each other. That's why we keep fighting among each other, because they don't understand is that everybody has a different answer to a different question, to the same question. And that's why we need to understand that. And that's what I'm here for, you know, just to make people aware that, you know, come on, man. It's like we're on the same team. We're on the God team. We're all created the same. There's nobody better than anybody else. Your ideas are welcome, and that's why I respect your channels, because you're willing to talk about different stuff and different ideas, and you're open to it. So, I mean, your channel is going to go far too.
Yeah. And yeah, I seen it. Rye Russ put in the comments that I was up to 88 subs, and I was at 82 when we started. So thanks for everybody who, who subbed to the channel. And if anybody has any, if you're new here, the whole point of this channel that I basically started was to, give a platform for, anybody out there that's, interested in this stuff, but, doesn't, live stream or make videos, or maybe they do a little bit here and there. They like making videos, but they don't like, sharing it, or they're, uncomfortable or whatever. Just, the regular everyday person to come on and share their mind. And so I had my email pinned in the chat, but I'll put my email in the chat again. And anybody who has any ideas, something they want to come talk about, you can set up, give me ahead of time some information. I can share, stuff on your channel, or, we can go through any information. So hit me up in my email, and I will, sorry, it's hard to talk and type at the same time.
Yeah.
Okay. There it is. everjosh08@gmail.com.
Nice.
Just send me an email, put in higher minds in the subject or something, and that way I'll be sure to see it. If I see that subject, I'll definitely, but I get a bunch of spam, so I flip through it a lot pretty quick sometimes. But but yeah, put anything like higher minds, Mandela effect, or whatever your topic, or anything like that. That'll get my attention, and I will. I'll get back to you because we need some guests because you are the last one I have scheduled.
Okay.
So I don't got anybody for next weekend yet. So yeah, please feel free to hit me up. And also, I think Sandy, it looks like she said that her show might not be until 1 o'clock, or looks like she's going for the 1 o'clock. So we got an hour. So yeah, so I don't know if I'll be able to stall for that long, but it'll give everybody a chance to grab a bite to eat or do some things around the house or whatever they got to do before they can settle in for the long show. This is just a warm up. So
nice.
Any other any parting words you got to you have to say for everybody?
Oh no, it's like I'm glad I found the Mandela effect. You guys are a blessing in my life. You guys saved my life, my insanity, because there's other people around the world that think like me. They feel like we need help and we need this community, and we like I said, I stepped up because I found a different way to present the Mandela effect. And the way I do it is like I ask them questions about what color is the sun? Do you remember the North Pole? Do you remember South America being underneath Mexico, Panama Canal? Do you remember, just things that you remember the lion and the lamb? What animal lays down with the lamb? And if they say the lion, or if they say the yellow sun, or if they remember the IV for the number 4 instead of the III. I kind of like trigger them first and let them know that it's like, no, it's not. Your memory is wrong. I Google it and I present that the sun is, I go outside and I take a picture of the sun and I show them the sun is not yellow, it's not orange, it's white. And they go, well, why? It's like, you were sent here. God needs you. God, you were a very important person that like an angel without wings. You're here to help people, and you're here to educate people, and you're here to help a lot of people. Because I noticed through the community of the Mandela Effect people, a lot of people have jobs where they're service to the community, and me, I cannot go past a homeless without giving them water or $1 or something to eat or talking to them or something. It's because I cannot go past them because it's not in me. And I believe that's how I found out that the Mandela Effect people are good people. We're struggling. I don't know why we're struggling so much, but we're having problems getting along with everything what is happening to us. But now we have a reason, and we want to give you guys the answers that I try to make it positive for other people when I meet them, that they're important. They're an important human being, and that's why they were special, selected to be here. And I show them the Rainbow Mountains. I show them the shoebill, the stork, the bluebird that sounds like a dinosaur. It goes like a Jurassic Park. I show them these pictures, and I show them the lyre bird, that little bird that sounds the car alarm, like woo, woo, like the. And, and the camera goes. It makes a lot of noises like lasers, chainsaws. It's called the lyre bird, and I show them that. It's like, I never seen that bird like that. It's like, well, that is clue that you're somewhere else. The white sun that you're in right now is that proves that you're somewhere else. And God loves you, and it says on the Bible, we're going to have a new earth. In Revelations 20 or 22, I believe, it says God is going to give us a new earth and a new heaven. And that's what I believe. It was God's plan for the Mandela Effect, but I believe the dark side turned it around and flipped it on us to make us look bad, make us look like liars, and make us look like we're insane. And that's why I come here to bring awareness, to be aware how you use the Mandela Effect and how you present it, and stop making the churches go making us look like we're evil and we're working for Satan. That's when I became scared for the community, and I said I have to help the community because they're my people. They came from my planet, and they need to be educated, because I want it to be a positive experience, not bad, and not a bad one.
Yeah. Well, I think a lot of people feel that same sentiment, because Jared Jaguar says, can you see the screen? The comment on the screen says, your spirit is very strong, Jose, even when outnumbered, never surrender. And so, yeah, I'm just scrolling back through the chat, and Julie says, thank you, Jose. I mean, it seems like you got a lot of people who are behind you, so I'm not the only one that would be upset.
I wasn't expecting this. Like, I expected, like after the show, I'll be taking out like little arrows off my back. It's like, oh, that hurt. Oh, that hurt. I expected somebody to be attacked. Something of the chat room is like, Jose's a liar. He's not. It's like, here's the camera.
Yeah,
I'm showing my face. You guys can decide for yourselves if I'm lying, if I'm a traitor. You can make up your own mind. You know, I'll take the consequences, but I have to be responsible to spread the message, and I have to get it out of my system, because I care for people, and I don't want your blood in my hands. That's why I do what I do.
Well, I can tell just from knowing you for the short time that I've known you that you do care for people. Like, you have a great heart, and you're not trying to hurt anybody or tell anybody they're wrong or anything like that. Your heart's in the right place, and I think people see that. You know what I mean? Like, they see where people who have good hearts too. They know exactly where you're coming from. So, yeah, thank you again for being here. You are always welcome on any show.
Thank you.
That I have to come and speak your mind, share your opinions.
I appreciate it,
no matter what it's about. So,
thank you, thank you guys. Thank you for listening. I appreciate you guys, and I'll see you guys around the Mandela community. I'll be lurking.
All right. Yep. You'll be lurking. All right. So we're going to go ahead and finish this off with a song from my buddy, Mr. Super Sidewinder. It's a good one. And
okay,
we will see you in about 50 minutes over at Sandy Diva Mandela Effect Show. And I'll throw the link in the chat here while the song's playing. I always forget I got to share the screen.
This has been a Pinguinati production. Thanks for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, links are in the description.